showing off for us. These these are called kudu, and these are corkscrew in different directions depending on if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh.
So you see the 3 with shorter horns laying towards the back. Those are some of our babies, pretty big babies. They're about half a year old right now. And you see this one has highest flying bird in the world. There's a population of demoiselle cranes that have been known to make their migratory pattern completely over the Himalayan mountains. Not always on their first try though. They have to rely mostly on the wind currents to bring them up and over. Sometimes they can't quite make it. They head back for the night, sleep, try again the next morning. This is the laughing kookaburra. We have a couple laughing kookaburras and they make the best calls. Ooh, and if you see that pure brown bird with the kind of hammerhead-shaped head, that bird is called a hammercock, and that is a compulsive nest builder. Does anyone want to find their nest? Sure. It only took them 2 weeks to the areas and start taking them down so that they can continue building. Is that that fast in 3 seconds.
Wow.
0 to 70. But they can't maintain it for very long, only about 30 to 45 seconds before they have to rest and try again later.
He's like peeking out of the box.
We found their favorite duck. It's the orange and green one with really small legs. And it has a very funny name. So it's called an African pygmy goose. But it's called an African pygmy goose. Pygmy goose. Yes. But it's not a goose. It is a duck. And not from Africa. From Asia.
Look at her this way. But you know, you gotta take your cheetah viewings when you can.
Ed and Shenji, like from the Lion King.
We're getting this, right?
This one is Ed. He's so cute. Thank you. He's closing. He's like, okay, you got your pictures, I'm gonna go take a nap. Nocturnal. Very, very gorgeous colors. Another thing we do with our animals is apples into the branches in different spots so they have to fly around and find it themselves. Instead of just giving them all their food in one little bowl. This helps them keep their minds more active. Another way we give enrichment, like our primate. And the way they bond with each other, this is a bonded pair for life. It's through passing food back and forth. Pest control. So we love them here. They get to go wherever they want. Those babies were all born on April 14th. The only reason I know their birthday exactly is the day before my birthday. So I was really close to sharing a birthday with them. Canadian geese have some sort of migratory pattern to find food, water, and shelter. But if you haven't already noticed, we provide a lot of free stuff here, so they never leave. Did they wake you up last night though?
No, we were in the cottage.
Did they wake you guys up? Yeah, a little bit of this group. You couldn't sleep? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you at least have fun listening to the animals all night? Yeah, that's a good thing then.
Kelly, look at the
defense. The way predators attack prey, usually jump on the back and a bite to the back of the neck. All they have to do is throw their heads back. Hopefully it effectively dislodges the predator, and sometimes it even kills them. They are so great at defending themselves with their horns that they've actually acquired the nickname the lion killer. Very strong horns. There are three main reasons an antelope might have horns. This is the first, for defense. To our left here, these are called adax. Adax is a desert antelope, and they use their horns for heat regulation. Male and female have them. The way they do that, the structure of a horn, it's like a spongy bone on the inside, covered by a sheath of keratin. Keratin, what your hair and nails are made out of. And what happens when the blood is circulating, it goes up into the spongy bone of their horn, it dissipates the heat, it cools it off, and the cool blood goes back down to their brains. for. These are called kudu, and these are for male kudu. Whereas past the fence line, if you see ones that look the same color and shape without any horns, those are the females. So this is our third reason for horns. If only the males have them, we can assume they're only really good for attracting the girls. They say, look how pretty my horns are, don't you want to have kids? So they assume they ask each other all the time. That and sparring to find the dominant male of a group. Baby Grace was born at about 5'9", and in her first month she has already grown 3 inches. Giraffes basically double in height in their first year of life. It gives them a pretty good head start at being the tallest land animal. Top height roughly 18 to 19 feet tall. She was born. 20 feet is the tallest a giraffe can, yeah. Four of your little one. I can't do math, y'all. I can't do math either. All that's in my mind is animals.
And there's 2 types, right? These are reticulated?
Yes,
and
that
those
is
are
correct.
Maasai? Or
Yes,
some
so
Maasai over there?
we only have
Or
one pure Maasai here. Most of them you see are reticulated. And then we have the one Maasai, the much darker colored spots.
And they interbreed? Like,
Yeah, a couple of these are hybrids, so if you're not sure light or dark, it's probably a mix of the two. Let's try to get a little bit closer to the ones that
really?
If they fly again, you would see that. Yeah, look. Oh, you can see it. Like their wings just glide. Look. Ready? It's just gonna glide. You see that? Yeah, I see it. It's so Grace is drinking some milk.
Mom is coming to check up on her. It's really cute what giraffes do. It's called playing auntie. So giraffes that have had babies in the past, past couple years, will go check up on other moms or other babies to make sure they're still doing okay. So it's just a very strong family group with our giraffes. So there are Canada geese here, also those white-gray ones. Those are called African geese. And we did choose to have them here. Just not the Canadian ones. And this cute little orange member right here is half kudu, half antelope called a bongo. That is a kubongo. About 10 years ago, these fences these fences used to be about 5 feet tall, and our one bongo that we have showed us that he does in fact know how to jump a 5 foot tall fence, and went and hung out with our kudu females over there and created molasses.
Oh my gosh.
This giraffe right here sticking its tongue out, this is Leon. And Leon's about 2.5, 3 years old. And you see him licking the fence right there. And the wild giraffes are eating for about 18 to 20 hours a day. We give them like bagged puzzle feeders up here, so they have to work a little bit harder for their food. They also have like salt licks. But I explained this behavior kind of like chewing gum. Oh, these 2 birds right here, these are called brewer's blackbirds. And it's a cool thing, we have a male and a female. So the male is the one with pure black, and if it gets in the sun, it's like iridescent feathers, and it has a really pale eye. Whereas the female is more like a kind of brownish black, a more dull color. When birds look different, male to female, think peacocks, think roosters, stuff like that. It's called sexual dimorphism. So the males will want to look really pretty to attract the girls, and the girls usually a more muted color because they're blending in with the nest and they don't want to be seen. So when species look different, birds, it's in feathers. With the kudu, it's a male has the horns and the females don't. That's another sexual dimorphism. You see, once it stepped into the sun? Yeah. Get back in the sun, bud. Thank you. It's super pretty blue, purple, green iridescence. when in the shade, it just looks like a blackbird. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't look at me. Go in the sun.
She's like, what? No.
Some of our animals are trained here. He's just avoiding the sun. Yeah, the bird in the aviary. But if you saw Leon's tongue when he's sticking it out, they have super long tongues. You know, show off, Leon? There's that tongue. Their tongues are about an inch long for every foot tall the giraffe is.
Wow.
So like Dubois here is about 19 feet tall, so he has about a 19-inch long tongue. And those tongues are prehensile, meaning they work like hands to reach around, grab the leaves off the branch to pull them into their mouth.
So every foot the tongue grows?
1 inch.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, that's
Dubois' tongue swelling.
crazy.
Super huge tongues.
Does like the tongue like grow like after for like a while they've been growing?
It goes progression, kind of like the
Okay.
horns would grow in progression with the animal. You see when the brown one steps in, it's kind of shiny, but still just brown.
Did you say this earlier, sorry, why these giraffes are separate from these ones?
We let them out into multiple sections. We cycle them throughout the day so they all
Okay.
have a chance to be in this large area.
Okay.
Baby Grace is not allowed in this big area yet because she's too little still. And she's still working on getting positive interactions with the other giraffes. She's still learning on how to be a giraffe. But they do cycle throughout the day.
Okay. There she is.
And then that one darker colored spot, that's our Maasai. Her name is Jamala, and she just had her 25th birthday, which for giraffes is extremely old. Giraffes and antelope in the wild live mid to late teens into their early 20s in human care facilities because no natural predators. But 25 is still very old. So if you see the big pile of hay over there, it's not for eating, that's for her to lay down in because she's got arthritis. So she's got to lay down quite often.
Did you ever hear about the crooked neck
It was
giraffe?
like a week ago. I mean, a month ago.
Did you ever hear about the crooked neck giraffe that was in Santa Barbara? I went to a zoo in Santa Barbara once, and her neck was like a full 90-degree angle. She had like a
Ow.
birth defect. Yeah.
Oh, a birth defect.
Yeah, and she was like
Okay.
that her whole life. Yeah, she just passed away a few years ago. I'll see if I can find a
Oh.
picture of her. She
I
was
have
really
not-
cool.
I've not heard of her.
Yeah.
But, Jamala's neck is a little crooked.
Yeah.
Mostly from the arthritis, though.
Yeah.
Alright. And one more thing about their tongues. Did you notice the
Oh,
color?
look,
of
the
the
tiny
last
bird.
tongue?
Tiny bird.
Thank you. Oh, my neck is turned.
Here she is.
Oh, no, I haven't
Isn't
seen
that crazy?
That's crazy.
I saw her in person once. I went to the Santa Barbara Zoo and she was there.
Did she live old age? or-
Yeah, she lived a long time.
Nice one.
She had a fully like
It's
90-degree
the green
angle.
is the cud, but it's like a bluish black color. That's just a lot of cud on his tongue, but their tongues are that color because if you were to stick your tongue out into the sun for 20 hours a day, you might get a sunburn. So that helps protect against the sun, the melanin. Yeah, purple, blue, black, gray. It's a range. The cud. So cud chewers, they have a foregut and they regurgitate their food multiple times throughout the day to continue chewing it.
Started growing like at an angle.
Oh, maybe there's like a strain from the tumble that they couldn't really see.
Yeah.
With animals, we're always still learning.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
But yeah, she lived like a full 21 years. So, yeah, it was cool.
The white antelope laying down, those are called Dama gazelle, another from the Sahara Desert. But smaller body, that's full size, so they don't need as long of horns to cool. Yeah. Why is it all the way over there? Because it's on more food or water. And if you see the way it spreads its legs like that, that helps it because if you were to bend the knees in the middle, it would kind of like topple forward and lay down. And giraffes in the wild don't want to be laying down because then the predators would have an opportunity to reach their neck. So that's why they have to stay standing their whole way. Yeah. To reach the ground they have to, yeah.
It's really cool.
Shaded areas, if it's too hot of a day, they have other ways to regulate body temperature.
Okay.
Oh, she's coming back.
swallow. So what you see this ostrich doing, it scoops, scoops, scoops water, and then it'll lift its head and the water travels down. So they don't swallow, they have to just lift their head up. On the topic of ostriches, I like passing objects around. I feel like you learn better that way. A real and a full ostrich egg.
Sell them in the gift shop.
Yes, we do. We haul them out, sell them at the gift shop. We also pass them around.
It's so heavy.
Very heavy because it's real and full. We only have If you decide you don't like walnuts, these are called Cape Buffalo. Cape Buffalo, or African buffalo is their other name. They are part of the Big Five. 5 most dangerous animals to encounter on foot.
Really?
We are safe, we're on the truck, and I am trained to know warning signs and symptoms. If they become irritated, then we continue on. And they'll let us know that. They let their family members know as well of who's the boss of who. But they're not mean. The only reason they're so dangerous is because they stand up for themselves and for each other. If you were to pick off a member of pretty much any herd we're going to see today, they have little methods of evading predators, but the first one is just keep running.
Just gonna pick it out.
Whoa, that's a polka dot zebra.
Up. Is this an okay viewing? Can you see them?
Mm-hmm.
These are wildebeest.
These are wildebeest.
Yes, these are wildebeest. We have a large herd, so we had a couple more. And what the wildebeest are following is the smell of rain, which they can smell from 30 miles away.
I wish I could do that.
They're basically following the rain, which they know brings fresh grass, fresh grazing opportunities. So it's this big half-a-year loop, about 1,000 miles, just looking for food.
Yeah,
We saw a couple of the ones that don't have the curve to their horn yet. We have 6 baby wildebeest. They're about the same size as their parents by now, though. About half a year old. Oh, 23. 23.
This is a little kid having a seizure because they're going That's the girls. Yeah, female. Yeah. Okay, wait, never mind.
Oh wait, is that the
These
twins?
are called impala. Male and female is the difference for the horns. So only the
That's what-
boys have
yeah.
the horns. So we can assume they need another method to evade predators. For them, it's with an amazing jump. So hypothetically, I haven't tested this. If an impala were running at the front of our truck full speed and jumped as high and as far as it could go, it could clear this entire truck, including you all sitting on top.
Wow.
They have a roughly 10-foot vertical, 30-foot horizontal leap.
Yeah, let's put those nuts. is so nice now. Yeah.
I get my steps in.
Yeah.
I had a gym membership before the 2017 fires. Of our 400 acres, about 160 of it did burn. Mostly like this section right here, big wide open grazing fields, and we have all the grazing animals that keep the fuel levels low. Oak trees good at withstanding forest fires. So it kind of came to us, didn't have much to burn and went around. The more impressive part, y'all were tent guests, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those tent cabins were full the night of the fire. And with our handful of staff members that live on site, they were able to evacuate everyone in 15 minutes, got them off property, got them safe. And then they were working on putting out spot fires or embers that fell onto like the lower complex where we were walking around. And they were working on hosing down as many buildings, fences, structures that they could before the fire got too close and they also had to evacuate. But we did not lose a single animal. We did not lose a single person. I think we have 2 field trip school buses that burnt. I think one of our trucks and one structure that wasn't being used for anything alive. So with how bad it could have gotten, we did amazing from it.
Yeah.
I think our animals really saved us. Like grazing everything down, nothing to burn here. And they know.
$31.
Oh, there's another one.
32.
I don't know. No, we've been seeing them along the way. There's another one. Counting silently.
33.
32.
No, 33.
32.
It's 33.
Before I continue down this road, does everyone here like roller coasters?
Yeah.
Yeah? Awesome. No reason for that question.
Oh.
I swear it's 33.
Hold on.
I love that one so much. Like, one time my brother and I went on it twice in a row. And I went 3 times in a row because we like, I think I would like it if I went on it, but I've never, like, I love that I did on it. I just like, you question which way it goes down. Yeah. Like, that's a good one. Hold on. Oh no! Where's Charlie? I like to point out, like, okay, next time you go to Six Flags, I want to ride all of the big rides. Superman, Wonder Woman, I don't trust Medusa, Superman one. I trust Disney, just like any other ride, roller coasters. I don't know. Six Flags is literally built.
She's turning the corner.
Come on.
What'd she say it looked like?
It looked like an
An A, yeah. The horns?
The horn.
The horns are
Alright, I thought, no, you're fine. I thought she said eland. I'm like, what? Because this is the type of animal this is. This is called eland. Common
Yeah,
eland
eland,
is their
yeah.
full name. She said a different word, but I thought she said the name of this antelope. I thought she was like, oh, it looks like an eland. I'm like, yeah, it is. But
I did an A.
yeah, I misheard you.
Squirrel. Wait,
sorry.
there's 39? We're at
One by
39.
the food trough back there. But these right here are called eland. If you remember the kudu we saw earlier, kudu were the tallest of any antelope. Eland, however, are the largest. The dominant male eland can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. Male and female have horns, but they corkscrew in different directions depending on if it's a boy or a girl.
Oh.
So you see the 3 with shorter horns laying towards the back. Those are some of our babies. Pretty big babies. They're about half a year old right now. And you see this one has 1 straight horn and 1 super curly horn. What most likely happen here, since horns are permanent, if they break, they don't grow back. This was most likely like an injury to the base of the growth plate, causing it to take a really zigzaggy, curly shape. Yeah, what's up?
I think one
Oh, there's one of there too. That's our 4th baby eland, and then a bunch of zebra behind the tree line there. One of them.
Zebra at the zoo.
You've seen zebra at the zoo? They're a pretty common zoo animal, huh? But I don't see the one that they said is calving, but keep an eye on those zebras while we talk about them.
Are the females bigger than the male? You said the male is the one locked up? But
Yes.
he's really small,
He
right?
is much shorter, yes. He's shorter than all of his girlfriends.
Oh.
With the eland, I'll talk a tiny bit more about them and their horns. They corkscrew in different directions depending on if it's a male or a female. And in the wild, I apologize, it's a little bit gruesome. When the eland are fighting for dominance, the way the male's horns are curled, they lock in place. And sometimes it's pretty impossible to get unlocked. So sometimes the winner would have to lay with the loser for a while, build up his strength, and then maybe walk around with the loser on his head. The tugging to get free, this breaks faster than this would. So for that reason, we have 1 dominant male here and no one to challenge him.
Oh.
Yes, him and all his girls and his new kids. And with the zebra behind us, I like group names for animals. Does anyone know what the group name for zebras is?
I don't know.
You don't know? It starts with a D. Dinner. It is a dazzle.
Oh, dazzle.
So this is a dazzle of zebra. The stripes are thought to mess with depth perception. So dazzle camouflage is how they defend themselves. Confusion. They blend in with each other rather than blending in with the environment, like we see with basically every other animal. The stripes mess with the depth perception of the predator's eyes, so they make.
I'm gonna have postdoc though.
Okay.
Because they didn't say that in the call. To give him space. Hopefully they want
Did you see the babies? You think you saw the baby? We were super excited with the first of our
There's the baby.
I
swear that I just saw 40.
There's the baby.
Swear I just saw 40.
About 3
But I think
months
it
old.
wasn't a squirrel.
Over there. And when it was first born, we were excited because in the 80s, scimitar horned orcs were thought to be extinct in the wild. We work with the Sahara Conservation Fund of breeding for re-release purposes, and they were able to re-release small groups of like 25, like family groups, back into the wild. And the last time they did a census, like a big count, they counted 400.
Oh, good.
And they're on their 3rd generation of natural wild birth. It'll be successful. Yeah.
It's nursing.
It's nursing. Was it trying to drink some milk?
Yeah. But the mom won't let
The
it.
mom will let it. The mom's like, you're old enough. We will get to 50. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a couple things to pass around.
Oh yeah, there's like a.
Whoa, look at
Oh,
those
look at
horns.
those horns right there.
cattle roadblock here. These are called Watusi cattle. Tusi was a tribe in Africa who bred these cattle with horn size in mind. The largest pair of horns, it was like a status symbol. It was like currency. 8 feet wide.
Wow.
If you measured along the length of the horn, they can get up to 10 feet wide.
Wow.
And tip to tip, these horns are full of blood. So we passed around part of the inside of one of their horns. It was probably a break halfway down. And that was still pretty heavy. Imagine 2 of them. Sometimes I see them tilting their head back and forth to make sure the blood can flow all the way. Larger ones,
Yeah.
and there's more like tufts of fur at the tip.
Uh-huh.
So like females just have a little bit of flab of skin, whereas this big boy foghorn, he has the fur at the tip.
God, look at his horns. Wow, it's huge.
Wow. Oh, look at the baby. Take a picture of
This is
it.
huge. Go quick, let's get foghorn. Or not the other big one. Step forward, quick, put your head forward. 1, 2. Got it.
So that's a full-grown adult. That's probably as long as its horns will get.
Okay. Looks like that.
Grab a tusi.
Tootsie, tootsie.
And the babies are still in our way now. Alright. They'll move once I start driving. I hope. Oh! I tried.
Oh, so cute.
Like little party hats on.
in the. It's
He's camouflaged at the base of those branches right there.
on the left,
On the left. Wait, what?
right at the base, right there.
there.
Yeah, look,
Oh,
he's
yeah, I
turning his
see
head.
it. I
Oh,
see
there he
it.
goes. There he
I
goes.
see it.
Oh yeah.
There he goes. He's going down the hill. There he goes. There he goes.
Is that wild?
Yeah, wild.
Oh, that's wild. Oh, shoot. So don't you have to cut off the horns to like keep them alive? So like you have to cut off the horns at some point?
No, we don't cut off our horns. For Wirtz, that's the male. His name is Pumbaa.
Boomba.
And then the female, his girlfriend's name is Yam.
Yeah.
Yam.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
named
so
after her
sweet.
favorite food.
Wait, so these are the warthogs that are on Lion King, not the other ones,
So
right?
Pumbaa was